Oh, my goodness. Matt's here. He's all dressed up. He's got it all going on. He's got the glasses on. He's got gloves on. He's got all the things. Matt will be here in a little bit. He said he was driving in today because, I don't know if you guys are aware, this is cold outside. He was texting last night that he was going to get to do the show one way or another, even if he said he had to go out to his car, do it upside down on his phone, which I found to be interesting. Interesting indeed. So, cold. You guys recognize that? Ken, can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
All right, let's have some fun. All right. Now it's time for the Weather Wizard's Snowpocalypse 2026 update.
Tell us about the snow, King. Yeah.
Snow and ice. Snow's everywhere on the ground, and the ice is the ice cold weather is keeping it there. All right, Ken, what do we got going on? First, let's start on the roadways, which are chaotic in some areas.
Roadways are the same. You still got 65 northbound between Harding Place and I-440 shut down for that tractor trailer jackknifed and taking down the TDOT overhead sign. Then, Pleasant View in Robertson County got crashes off the road 24 eastbound near the McMahon Hollow Road overpass. Those are the only crashes that my map is showing at this moment. Traffic looks to be very light, but there are still people out there driving around in this. And officials, of course, are asking everybody to stay home unless you absolutely have to get out. The big story right now is the cold and the power outages. People are going to go days without electricity. And the earliest we are expecting to get above freezing now is Thursday, and even then it's only going to be 34 degrees. And we're talking about teens in single digits at night, and you factor in any wind in that, and it is even worse. So this is still very much an emergency situation. And you've got electric crews out there working around the clock to restore power. But again, this is a historic storm. And when you've got an inch of ice on trees and power lines and the extent of damage in Nashville alone, it's going to take these crews a while. Even though NES says we're going to be able to bring in some personnel from partner agencies from outside of the area in today to help, but it's still going to be a long process. And now I just saw the NES outage tick up again. They're at 164,000 outages, whereas just moments ago they were at 163,000. Middle Tennessee Electric, still 8,000 plus outages. Cumberland Electric, still 19,000 plus customers. Those are the three largest utilities here in Middle Tennessee. You have some others in there who are still trying to restore power for their customers as well.
You know, you were talking about what the linemen and stuff were saying is they would go repair something, get the power on, start driving away, and then they're looking in the rearview mirror, and what happens? Everything collapses, and they got to go back and do it again.
Right. Basically, what they had to do, they had to wait. I think this is true. They had to wait until the freezing rain actually stopped yesterday. I mean, it rained for it seemed like 10, 11 hours straight.
Yeah.
Just freezing rain. And, then you're able to get out there and try to start restoring power. And that's where we're at today. Finally, the precipitation has stopped, but now it's just this bitter cold. I mean, it is just not going to let up this week.
No, it is not going to let up this week. And what are we looking at? Probably, what are we at, 19? We got up to 19 a little bit earlier. We're back down.
I see 19 degrees right now at Nashville International. The wind chill is 6.
Yeah, that's 6. That's 6 degrees. Not 60, but 6 degrees. We're not set up for this, You see, how do they do it in places like Boston and Regina, right? How do the Ginas do it? Well, they do it because they live in this on a yearly basis. This is what
they've got regular processes that they use when this happens.
Yeah, we're not meant for that. Some states are. When I lived down in Arizona, guess what happens? If you had the heat that Arizona gets, the roads here would buckle in 5 minutes. But we don't, we're just not set up for that, especially the cold, rainy ice, because that stuff was nasty, and you could just see it, and that's why all of our trees are bent sideways.
Yeah, and I stand corrected, boys. We are actually going to get above freezing tomorrow. They're now saying sunny with a high near 34. And as cold as that is, that could help us out tremendously.
Yeah.
Sunny and 34 tomorrow. However, the wind chill will still be as low as -6. So it's not going to be a picnic by any means. But if we can get some full-on sun and get above 32 degrees, that's going to help tremendously.
And
we're not expecting any more that stuff.
Yeah. Participation. No. Precipitation.
Precipitation.
Yeah, precipitation. No, I don't. It doesn't look like we're going to get any time soon. I was looking at the radar.
The thing that we're going to have to watch is patchy freezing fog.
Good.
Tomorrow night, it's going to be foggy, and that's going to freeze.
Yeah, we got nothing right now.
Yeah, nothing right now. But this freezing fog tomorrow, actually, I'm going to say, Wednesday morning. Tuesday night, Wednesday morning, patchy freezing fog between 2 a.m. and 4 a.m. 4 a.m., there's already people getting out on the road to get to work. That could be really, really tricky.
Yeah. So, and that's the black ice is just it's a different world because you don't know what's there, right? You're going along, all of a sudden, boom, you find it. And Bell and I were talking, he was recreating the crash he saw when he was in Atlanta. And as we say, you get on that and it starts to move you, you're just going for the ride. There's no fixing it.
Yeah, you can steer into the slide all you want to. You're still going to slide that direction until something stops you.
Somebody just texted me and goes, freezing fog? Yep. We got it all going on here.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got to get out of this deep freeze, man. Until these temperatures get above freezing, this is just what we're going to be dealing with.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, since you're the closest thing we have to an internal weatherman, do we get to blame you for all this?
Sure. I'm safely tucked away in my breakfast nook.
In the breakfast nook.
The Kentucky.
Yeah, the Kentucky. Ken's, was it Weaver's Waffles?
There you go.
Weaver's Waffle House.
But they don't fall down.
They do not fall down. So you have a lot of people are saying, especially a lot of people who are drivers, because we had several people who are driving, helping the disabled get around and stuff like that, saying the roadways are good, but the homes, the areas that people are going to in neighborhoods is where the real nightmare is.
Yeah, the side streets still suck, and they were really, really bad. When I got my Uber today, he was being extremely cautious. Then once we got on the interstate, it was, you still had to be careful, but it wasn't anywhere near as bad as the side streets.
Right. And on the interstates, you're tooling along, and then you come to your exit. Those on and off ramps are not ideal, and that's where you got to start tapping the brake.
Yeah, you got to start doing that about 5 minutes before you're going to get off. Slowing down. And even then, right? Still wouldn't matter because you may just catch it at that right time.
Right.
So Highway 25, Cottontown, completely blocked by 3 semis that have partially run. Have they run amok with one another? Run off the road?
Possibly.
Oh, my God. So it's just just be careful. Smart thing is just don't. If you don't have to go anywhere, don't.
Just order DoorDash.
If you don't have to.
Yeah. Although we went Friday night before everything came, we went to Costco, and my wife had to pick up a prescription for our daughter, so we go to Costco, and I thought it would be like a zoo. Wasn't that bad. Now there were some things that were picked clean. The bread thing still fascinates me.
Yeah, that's weird.
Because the bread was about the only thing really picked clean, and then like the chicken pot pies were all gone, like in a certain area, like when you get those big chicken pot pies and stuff. And I don't know why. I mean, I do like them. But that is weird, right? The whole thing with the bread. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if there's something that we should all know about the bread.
Well, it's kind of the same as when COVID first started and you couldn't find toilet paper.
Yeah.
It's like, why was it toilet paper specifically?
It was interesting at the Kroger near my house. I stopped there Friday night. I was going to get some hamburger meat for my cowboy queso. Needed just one more thing of hamburger meat. And the beef was gone.
Really?
All the beef was gone. I mean, there were a few, roasts here and there. But interestingly enough, there was plenty of sausage and ham.
Wow.
So I don't understand that.
What did you go with this weekend because remember we were talking about chorizo and you're talking about all this stuff. What did you end up going with?
Well, I just stuck with the hamburger meat. We just made, just cowboy queso with hamburger meat, made 2 batches of it, and still got a lot of it left. So I will probably be the one eating it. My son and I will probably be the one who takes care of that.
Okay.
Well, you can bring some in if you want.
Yeah, you could probably do that. We went with.
I'm gonna try like heck to get there tomorrow, man. I do not like working from home. I do not like it.
But Fritz probably loves it.
Well, he likes it. He doesn't like when it's time to go outside right now.
Yeah. Yeah. See, the outside, man, my dogs, they want no part of that. And then, right, so our power goes out for all these hours, finally comes back on. Our heater then this morning, the HVAC, craps out. And we don't know why.
Oh, man.
So even with power, it's cold.
So wait a minute, your power was out for most of the day.
Yeah, yesterday.
And then when it came on,
it was fine until like probably midnight or 1, and then our heater died, and now it's my wife's like it's 58.
Well, it's not like it can be overuse.
No, it's not. It's probably just old and So, and then the studio, right? My studio, because I have an apartment like 3 doors down. That's the studio where I do my show from the morning and the podcast and stuff. That is concrete floor. It's really cool, but it's concrete. So you have to have the heater running. Otherwise, it is freezing in there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh, my Lord. I'm just telling you what, crazy. If the power goes out, you want to make sandwiches. Yeah, I get that. I do. Yep. I get that. So, it's very, like, this whole thing has been interesting. Watch people, the way that they've reacted in this situation about the food, all of that stuff. Even my wife, she's like, oh, I didn't cook enough. And I'm like, what are you talking? We have so much food. But it's like, well, I didn't do, it's like, I don't know what people expect. I mean, all you have to do is get through a couple days. And yes, there's some people out there, what are they talking? It's probably going to be several days, maybe even a couple weeks before some people get their power back, which is going to suck.
Absolutely.
So
can you imagine not having a heater in this condition?
That's tough. That is really tough.
You can't heat water. You can't really take a shower unless you want to take an ice cold one. Your food's going to go bad in your fridge.
Yeah.
It's like one problem creates another problem.
It's that domino effect. By the way, somebody shouted, HVAC units are covered with ice and they're not getting any airflow. Remind people their HVAC units could be covered with ice. That's why they're not having power or stuff like that. Oh, that's a good idea. I didn't even think about that.
That is, that is definitely something to check.
So check all that. It's going to be cold for a few more days and freezing cold. And because it's so cold, this ice is going to stick around. So, but we need the sun. And as I was telling the guys on the way in, because I walked and there were trees down everywhere, but as I walked by the giant apartment buildings, I had to walk in the center of the street because the sun is hitting the upper side of the apartment buildings and ice and the sickles are falling everywhere. So
yes. You definitely got to be careful of that, man.
Yeah, be careful. All right, coming up, talk a little bit of Super Bowl. Pretty excited about that. We know who the teams are.
I saw the Patriots were in. Who's the other one?
Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was the Titans. I mean,
the Titans could not make it.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan's pretty excited then.
Yeah. Yeah, the Titans.
Oh, that's their old coach.
Yeah, their old coach made it. That's it. Their old coach did. So there's that. So bizarre. I love how people are pulling for him as a you to the Titans. Right? I mean, oh, good God. The world we live in, kids. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
All right, we are seeing some progress on the power outage front. I'll tell you about that. Traffic-wise, we still have 65 northbound shut down between Harding Place and I-440 due to the tractor-trailer that jackknifed and brought down the overhead TDOT sign. And Republicans in Congress are getting nervous about what's going on in Minneapolis. I'll tell you about it at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
May with his hands under center, drops to his knee, and that's it. The New England Patriots are back in the Super Bowl. The Patriots win the AFC Championship, beating the Denver Broncos 10-7, and a new era of Patriots football is upon us.
Oh, Drake May, second year, going to the Super Bowl. Youngest player since Dan Marino to do it. That didn't turn out the way Dan thought.
What is he, 24?
23.
23.
Headed to the Super Bowl.
Say, he looks young.
He does. He looks very, very young. So he's on his way, and they'll be taking on the Seahawks, who that game was super exciting. I saw the last quarter in the snow, and I felt bad for Jared Stidham. I mean, let's be real. It's tough. You're coming in. You're the backup quarterback. The snow was horrific. It wasn't a pretty game. But that game in Seattle, man, it was back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And finally, Seattle got it done. And so they're going there.
Yeah, that pass in the end zone, I mean, that could have gone either way, man. But that safety stepped right in front of it.
Yeah.
Was able to knock it down.
It did. And I mean, Sam Darnold, I mean, that guy, so drafted 3rd overall, goes to where everybody goes to basically suck, the Jets, because of the Jets. That's why. It's not so much the player. Then he goes to Carolina, where he's right? He and Baker both there, and they're both And then from Carolina, he backs up for a year, Brock Purdy, and he said that's when everything changed because Shanahan taught him how to prepare in a way that he'd never had. Why? Because when you go to a place in any sport, right, and this, looking here, at the Titans, the organization matters. And that organization has it down, and they've put it on blast, and they've got it down big time. And then he goes to Minnesota and has a year like no other, and then he goes there in his first year with the Seahawks. He's going to the Super Bowl. That's a damn good team, too. They're the youngest team in the NFL. Did you see, Ken, I don't know if you're watching the game. So they were 1-1 during the regular season, the Rams and the Seahawks. It was one team scored 58, the other team had scored 57, and they each had like 595 yards apiece. Like, that's how tight it was. Mm-hmm. And, it was one play that instead of it being the Seahawks playing, at SoFi Center, it was the Rams going up there. And it makes a difference. So it's going to be fun. Bad Bunny is going to be there. Trump's favorite. He's like, I wish I could come, but it's too far to fly to see Bad Bunny.
And I own all of Green Day's albums.
He's going to wear a dress, which is, as we know, something I've been trying to bring back to fashion for many, many years. It's good. By the way, like that's the whole thing with Bad Bunny. We'll talk about it. It's interesting listening to people talk about the whole halftime show. Like, it's a cultural thing in a way that I don't think people realize, that people miss it. And I don't know what Bad Bunny's going to do. I mean, maybe he says something, maybe he doesn't. Green Day will definitely say something because they can't not. And why are they playing? I heard that because they're from San Francisco, from the Bay Area. That's why they're playing. So all of it will be interesting. That's in 2 weeks in San Francisco. And then football's over, period. We don't have football again, Ken, till, August?
Well, unless you like the USFL.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That thing's back. That's interesting. Forgot about that.
It's kind of interesting to watch just how it's interesting to watch because you see the actual separation of the NFL and everybody else.
Yeah. The one place that UFL and all those things have come up with, you'll find a gem, but almost every team has a kicker that will be in the NFL the following year.
Right.
Because that's where they got Aubrey and a bunch of these other guys who are all kicking there. And so, but the one thing that's neat about it is they try things that are really unique where they're going to like, okay, we'll try this, we'll try that, because why not, right? Like, let's just see what it'll be like. Kind of like banana ball. So that'll be interesting. But, yeah, otherwise we have no college and we have no NFL until August. Now what? Now what are we going to do? Oh, we have the World Cup coming up. What? Very excited about that, although I'm hearing people are going to boycott. Do you know how many people signed up to get on the list to try to get tickets? They're like, people are going to boycott. 500 million people signed up. If a few boycott, it'll be fine. It will be fine. All right. Coming up, we'll talk a little bit about what's going on in Minneapolis, what's the latest out of there. Also, the Bad Bunny thing makes me laugh as well. And we'll, I'm sure, have some more on what's going on in the cold advisory that we're giving you here. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7. All right, guys, Relief Factor. Awesome. When you try it, it's amazing. I sent it to my buddy, my age, plays a lot of soccer. I just got back from a big tournament. And he's like, dude, I feel amazing. I don't have any struggles, any pain. My muscles, normally you're playing as many games as, in your mid-50s, 3-4 games a day. I don't care how fit you are, your body's going to hurt. He's just like, no, nothing with my joints and nothing with my muscles. It's awesome. So what is Relief Factor? It's natural. You can take it every single day. There's a 3-week quick start right now. It's just $19.95. It's got natural stuff. It's going to make 3 fatty acids and resveratrol, all this stuff. And what it does is it focuses on the pathways when it comes to your inflammation, right? And inflammation is the key word. So many people have inflammation, and we're finding out more and more that that is a real issue, especially when it comes to your joints and your muscles. So try this 3-week quick start with our good friends at Relief Factor. Just $19.95, less than a cup of coffee a day. Go to relieffactor.com, relieffactor.com, or call 800-4RELIEF, 800 the number 4RELIEF for Relief Factor. Tell them Chad sent you. What? Sports and Chad Benson Show brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarms, no long-term contracts, license number 645. Bill, do you think that guy's listening to this to our show?
I don't think he understands English very well.
No, I don't think so. He thinks we're making fun of her. This guy keeps threatening Bell and I. He goes, make the text line good now. You legs are sawed off. No recordings, right? What is it? So you're threatening to saw off our legs?
I think maybe he's Iranian because he thinks we were joking about the Iranians being killed when we were actually being sarcastic about the difference between getting executed and being shot down in the streets.
Yeah. Semantics there. It's like semantics. Our good friend Sally, 32 hours, no power, except for 1 minute after 3 p.m. The crew had just left, didn't return. It's a little pissed. On the bright side, my mom's never been so quiet, she said.
Well, hopefully she used that 1 minute for something productive.
Oh, so that's crazy. TB said about the whole thing with Bad Bunny. Okay. You guys do, everybody's like, don't they know their audience? Yeah, they know their audience. You want to know what their audience is? Dudes go get snacks and pay no attention to the halftime show. They want the football game. A different audience comes in. Here's the other thing. Bad Bunny, Latin America's huge. Where is the NFL over the last several years? Mexico, Brazil, Argentina.
Well, he's probably one of the top 3 artists in the U.S. right now.
Yeah, in the world. I think up until...
That could be true.
Up until Taylor Swift 2 years ago, he was the number 1 streaming artist in the world. She won it back last year, and I think he won it in 2025. So it is what it is, right?
He's not some guy, just out of the wings that they decided to pull in.
Yeah.
They've got him playing this because he's going to draw eyeballs.
Yeah, he's massive. He is massive. And as you're trying to get a foothold, and Soccer is the most dominant sport on the planet. Okay? There's nothing's even close to it. It's not even the Olympics are getting ready to start, the Winter Olympics. Nothing's even close to what soccer is. Basketball, by the way, is number 2. Why? Because it's easy to play. Football wants to get a foothold in a lot of places, and South America is one of them. And so, yeah, he's a Spanish speaker. It's big. He's a big star. That's why. That's why. And it has
that game they held in Brazil, man. I mean, they packed that stadium.
No, they did.
In Brazil.
You know, you got the Maracanã that at one time held 200,000 people. They're packing these stadiums, you know, all over Mexico, the Azteca, all of these things are packed out. And look at Europe, right? They go there and they play what? Now, remember when it was one game? Then it was maybe 2. Now there is several weeks in a row where they're in Ireland, then they're in London, and then they're in London again. Then they go to Germany, and next year they're going to be playing in France. They're going to be playing, I think, in the next year or so down in Australia. They are trying to grow the brand, and Bad Bunny is going to help them do that in parts of places that speak Spanish, and it's not for us. It's not. You know, that is a different, just a different thing. That the halftime show is for all. It's almost, when you look at the numbers, it's almost a different audience that comes in to watch the halftime show. So, you know, I know a lot of people won't be watching it. Not into dudes in dresses. Ick. It's weird that they say that, right, Ken? Because everybody says that, except for the part where they're like, well, of course, the Scottish wearing the kilts. That's kind of cool. I mean, that's pretty cool.
Just as long as it's not a windy day.
As long as it's not a windy day. And didn't get dressed up for nothing. So, you know. So we'll see. I mean, look, a couple of my friends who are Spanish speaking, but my buddy Pablo, he has loved Bad Bunny for like 6 years. Like, this guy's he would tell me all the time, Bad Bunny's amazing, Bad Bunny. I'm like, who the hell's Bad Bunny? And sure enough, this guy exploded, and he's seen him like 20 times in concert. It's for a different audience. And, you know, and that's fine. You don't have to watch it. I don't expect, you know, the conservatives, since they've kneeled, this, that, and the other. Football's doing fine without you. You don't have to like it. You say, that's fine. They are. The numbers have never been bigger. Ever. They're massive. They're still a religion in a bizarre way in this country. And it will continue to be so. Meanwhile, here in the United States of America, we've got some issues, obviously, with what took place in Minneapolis earlier today. Carolyn Levitt.
Is it the White House's position that Americans have the right to show up to these ICE operations and film, document, or protest the law enforcement actions?
All Americans have a First Amendment constitutional right, of course, but Americans do not have a constitutional right to impede and obstruct lawful immigration enforcement operations.
No, they don't. They don't have that. And I don't think this guy was, or those two ladies that got pepper sprayed, because it looked kind of not so much like they were doing anything at that point in time. They're just out there blowing their whistle. But then, of course, the Second Amendment came up because there were certain issues that some people, including Kash Patel, and Noam, and Bavino, the guys running, ICE, said some stuff about, well, you shouldn't show up.
Any gun owner knows that when you are carrying a weapon, when you are bearing arms, and you are confronted by law enforcement, you are raising the assumption of risk and the risk of force being used against you. And again, that's unfortunately what took place on Saturday.
But we don't know all of the things. And now, there's going to be an investigation. It's coming sooner rather than later. That looks like, if right, Ken, they're going to be pulling out not all, but some of the agency and the big numbers out of Minneapolis.
Yeah. According to Governor Tim Walz, he said he had a discussion with President Trump. And in that discussion, he said the president is considering withdrawing some of those federal agents out of Minneapolis, but I haven't seen the details on that.
Yeah, I don't know how many, but they had a conversation. I do know this. My source in the White House said Trump was apoplectic Saturday night. Did not like this at all. Felt that because he doesn't like the look, right? Trump gets it. He wants to be strong on immigration. He doesn't want everybody to think that he's sending out a bunch of yokels led by Noam and everybody go do whatever the hell they want as cowboys. And that is a fear because he recognizes what comes back, right? November, voting, midterms. And so that's why he's sending Tom Homan out there that thinks the message has been lost and that she's doing a piss poor job. I agree. I don't think she's done a good job at all. At all. I don't think she's done a good job. Just like I don't think Pam Bondi's done. I think Pam Bondi's done a horrible job at all of these things. But then you had guys coming out going, well, you shouldn't bring a gun here. And they do. It's their right. It's your right as an American. Right? And somebody said
he was licensed. He was licensed to carry a gun.
He was licensed to carry a gun. And if it's an area where you're not allowed to carry a gun, then you don't carry a gun. That wasn't the place. Right? Somebody asked me earlier about the January 6th. Well, let me tell you something. On January 6th, D.C. is a gun-free zone. Take it up with D.C., right? There's an issue that they have. It's a gun-free zone. It's no open carries, no concealed carry. It's a gun-free zone. That's a D.C. thing. So you're bringing something, you're breaking the law in that case. But this guy was licensed. He had a concealed carry. What was being said and what was being talked about, that's what everybody has to. They're going to have an investigation. Trump says he wants to let them investigate. He's going to pull them out, let them do so. I wish there would be an independent investigator, free of the feds and free of the local. Bring somebody in from the outside and let them investigate this. Look at all of the video, talk to the people without any bias of, I hate Trump or we're going to do anything to protect our people. Let that happen and go from there. We'll see if that happens. I doubt it. Coming up, Matt's here. Matt drove in. Matt was determined to do the show today.
Matt drives a tank.
He drives a tank. And Matt got here. And Matt was he looked like he had the full outfit on.
He did sort of, it's a lifeguard's jacket.
Yeah,
but
just in case he sinks.
It looks like a cop's jacket.
It does. He had like aviators on and a hat. You know what he looked like? Have you ever had AAA come out, like, because you needed to jump or something, and they've got that full, like, jumpsuit on? It totally looked like that. But Matt's here. He's ready to roll. So
it's hard to keep him from coming in, man. He's willing to brave almost anything.
That's right. He was. He said if he had to take a boat, he would have gotten here. And he did. And we'll talk to him straight ahead. Chad Benson, Super Talk 997. Sports of the program is brought to you by NCA, National Certified Alarms. No long-term contracts. License number 645. He said he was going to get here. Last night, it was funny. We were all texting back and forth. And you're like, even if I got to be in the truck upside down, hanging from something, I'm doing the show.
In my underpants, hanging upside down from the icy trees of Mount Pleasant. I will be here to do the show.
And you, sure enough, came in today.
Of course.
How long did it take you?
It was like an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes.
It's not bad.
I don't think Matt's ever missed a show for anything other than being sick.
Other than COVID.
Yeah, and your shoulder.
COVID-19 in the shoulder. That was it. But yes, thank you, Bell. So everything was fine until I got onto Nolensville Pike in Antioch. And because, obviously the 65 being shut down prevented me from coming in that way. So I take through Brentwood. I go through Brentwood, and then I go up Nolensville Pike. And Nolensville Pike itself was fine, except people I don't understand people, man. I don't understand what you don't understand about when a red light is down, you treat that red light as what? Say it with me, kids. A four-way stop.
A four-way stop.
And people don't want to do that. And so, people go up, the two people go up to the stop, and then they wait their turn, and they go, and then the three cars behind them want to go too. Oh. It's like, no, that's not how
that's not
any of this works, and that's going to cause accidents. And then people don't understand that if you hit icy spots, you're going to slide.
No, they don't understand that because they feel like, well, as everybody else is moving, okay, I can drive as fast as I want. It's no big deal.
I watched two separate cars, and these were both little, Toyotas or whatever, clearly two-wheel drive, that they're going along fine because the snow plows or whatever, the ice plows, as it were, have plowed the travel lanes, and people are traveling in them, so the exhaust heats it up. but the center lane is still just ice. It's just a sheet of ice in the turn lane. And so these people are tooling around at 45 miles an hour, and then they slow down to turn, and then they hit that turn lane. Whoa! Back in goes, wee!
People are...
Good for you, people.
You know what? It's cluelessness. There's so much of it out there. Like you said, it's the people side of stuff that screws everything up. No doubt about that.
You know what? I've long said that the thing I don't like about humanity is the people.
That's it.
Thank you, Ken.
That's what I tell my wife all the time, right?
If it weren't for the people,
I'd love this planet.
I'd like this planet a lot.
I always tell everybody, it's like, yeah, God says I need to love my neighbor. He never said I had to like any of them.
That's true. And but my favorite thing to do for the last 36 hours, watch the squirrels in my yard.
Oh, how are they going?
Oh, they're going at it. I mean, not at it, but
is there? Oh,
they're excited. They're very happy.
Well, yeah, because they want to go brag to all the other animals. We've been collecting stuff for a long time. You got nothing.
No, several of them. They go. You watch them. They're digging through the snow, and Erica's like, "What are they doing?" I think they're checking their cache. They're making sure that their little stash is still there. A little nut stash.
Yeah. Well, they're braggadocious.
They remember. I've read this that squirrels remember for years where they have hidden nuts. Years. Huh? Fun fact for the merchant. Fun fact,
just like crows, don't make a crow your enemy.
Well, plus with all the downed branches and stuff, there's probably a lot more for them to go out and scavenge.
I was thinking about this. We're watching the squirrels and they're running around and they look and Erica's like, oh, it's so cute. They're frolicking and they're having such fun. And the thought occurred to me, they're probably running like this so they can stay warm and live.
Probably. But trying to figure out where their hole is so they can get down below where it's nice and warm.
They're desperately trying to stay alive by keeping their body temperature up.
So did you have power the whole time?
We lost power, was it yesterday morning? I guess yesterday morning we lost power for about 2 hours, thereabouts, and then it popped back on, and we've had it since then. So
it's not bad.
Very excited. And then I thought I was going to have internet, but then I'll have a long story for the start of the show about internet going down. But internet's probably going to be a minute because it's actually in my yard.
Bell's power line is on his truck.
Oh, that's true.
So he's got that going for him.
That's nice.
It is.
And what's nice is Bell said, I have no idea what damage it did to my car. Because I can't see it because of all of the tree limbs.
Yeah, so all that good times going on out there.
It reminded me when I was in college, I had a burner wife, everybody, and I was in college, and a tornado was coming. Or a hurricane was coming, and she made us switch positions of our cars because she was that kind of, no, I want my car. My car's nicer. My car needs to be closer to the house. Your car needs to be on the street. My car needs to be closer to the house. You with me so far? And tree hit her car. Bam!
That's good
karma.
And you know what? And I couldn't help myself.
That was karma.
Stand on the front porch. Good thing we flipped those cars.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Jeez, people are crazy. What are you talking about today? What kind of insane fun stuff?
We'll get some calls on icy conditions. We hopefully will talk with the governor. We're definitely talking to Mayor Freddie O'Connell at 3:35 this afternoon, plus NES, plus TDOT. So a lot of ice-related stuff, and obviously the Minnesota-related.
And then some more ice-related stuff, but a different kind of ice.
A different kind of ice, exactly.
There you go.
Ice all day.
Matt here, and he did not take a snow day. He showed up, kids. So listen, be nice. Chad Benson Show.